have like Fred staring at me from my desk like, what are you doing? Why are you not giving me first? Why are you talking to something else? Can I join you? It's literally just glaring at me. Strange cat. It's kind of unnerving. I don't think I like it. Hi guys, welcome back. So today we are doing a bit of a my followers choose my makeup style video. So I had a huge declutter of makeup a couple of weeks ago. I will link that video in the cards if you are interested. And then basically I asked you guys on Instagram stories to choose between a few of those products to see which ones you wanted me to test out on camera. You guys answered, and in some cases you were very helpful. In other cases, not so helpful, because I have a couple of product groups that were like 50-50. That's not helpful. That is not helpful. But yes, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be trying on some products. We have almost a full face, so the bits that aren't part of like the try on I'm just not going to show you because it'll be products you would have seen me try on 100 times before on this channel. But we are going to focus on the ones that you guys picked for me. So yes, if you like this kind of video and want to see me do some more subscriber picks kind of style, then make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's put some makeup on my face. So let's get all the results up. I screenshotted them all because I was organised. And I don't know if you can get these back. Okay, so I'm going to start with eyeshadow palettes. And I asked you guys to choose between, this is the NARS Wanted eyeshadow palette, one of their Narcissist ones. It's limited edition, but it is beautiful and I remember loving this. And also the MAC Burgundy x 9 eyeshadow palette, which is a lot of kind of purpley tones. The result was 50-50. So that was super helpful. So I'm just going to go on to a random number generator online and get that to choose. 1. I didn't assign a number 2. Okay, this is number 1, this is number 2. Let's try and hit generate again. Generate. 2. So we are trying the MAC palette out today. So yeah, this is the Burgundy x 9 palette. We have some beautiful kind of mauvey, purpley tones. I think I remember really liking this. That one doesn't have a mirror, so I'm going to use the mirror from this one. But also I need to prime my lids with a concealer. So, which I did ask you guys to choose, and you were choosing between the Body Shop Matte Clay Full Coverage Concealer and also the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And you guys chose the Body Shop one, it was 63%. So that's what we are going to use today. We're going to prime my lids with this, we're going to use it as a concealer, and all of that fun stuff. So let's do a little bit of eyelid priming first, using the Losing palette. It's very like hard, this concealer. Like liner from yesterday. I quite like that it's hard for priming, because when I use my Glossier Stretch Concealer, that's just a bit too like creamy and greasy for it to be a eyelid primer, but I'm not getting the same with this. This is quite hard and it's just down and it's got a little bit of tack, so I think that was going to work really nicely actually as an eyeshadow primer. So what should we go for today? I mean, I'm wearing blue. Purples do kind of go with blue. But anyway, we will start. I'm just going to start with like this more kind of muted transition style shade. A little bit of kickback, but not too much. I'm not going to do anything super shaped because I feel like all you've seen lately is me doing a little bit of pigment there, not much. To be fair, it's a very muted shade, so we're getting a little bit of darkness. It's blending nicely, it doesn't look like there's any patchiness. It's going over the top of the concealer fine, so there's no issues there. I don't think I'm going to do anything too crazy today, like super dark or dramatic. I think I'm just going to do kind of like a normal, I don't really know, I'm just going to play and see what I end up with. Okay, we're just going to use a bit of a darker mauve tone. Which is another matte, and yeah, we got some pigment there. It's very kind of grey toned mauve, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, I like cool tones. I feel like it suits my skin tone a bit better because I'm a little bit more cool toned. To be fair, I'm neutral toned. I've got like a bit more of a peachy undertone, but really warm tones I just find a little bit too much for me. So this is like fine, and it's, like I said, it's blending really nicely. There's nothing wrong with like blend or the product. It's building up nicely. Very intrigued to see how like that middle dark purple shade is. So I'm just gonna tap that a little bit because I don't know how pigmented it is. Very, okay. I'm glad I just tapped. Put that into the outer. That's also a like matte shade. Now, what do I want over my eyes? We've got this beautiful kind of crumbly glitter shade. We have this more metallic purple shade which looks stunning. Got more of like a bronzy metallic, which again looks really nice, and then we have like a black goldy glitter. I kind of want to use this more champagne-y gold because I don't know how that's going to like apply to the lids, but we'll see, and then we can always add something else over the top. Okay, hello. It's definitely more of like a glitter than a metallic. It's very pretty. I'm just getting glitter everywhere, I feel like. Yeah, I'm getting glitter everywhere, but that is very pretty, and actually that's applied really nicely for a oh, I said I'd bring something up to like clean my hands off. For like a glitter shade, there's no mirror in that. It's applying nicely. But I'm just going to take the kind of darker purpley tone, the metallic purple, and we're going to kind of use that on the outer half. See, this is like my thing. It has this gorgeous like goldy champagne-y colour, but it doesn't seem to go with like the more purpley tones. There's no like, I don't know, it's just not like melding for me. For me, like purples would be more kind of silvers, I guess. And it's pretty, it's different. I don't have other palettes with this like colourway, so I don't think I'll be getting rid of it. I feel like I can play around with it a little bit more, just spend some more time with it. I think I just haven't used it enough. But I mean, the quality of the shades is nice. I wouldn't say they're like out of this world, considering this like little 9 Ways palette is like about £25. But they are nice and the colourway is nice. So yeah, I think I like it. I might just need to play around with it a little bit more. Okay, so now we've done that, I'm just going to do prime and base, and then we'll come back for concealer. Okay, so we're back with concealer. So we're back with that Body Shop Matte Clay Full Coverage Concealer. I think I've only used this like once as a concealer, so I don't really know what it's like, but I mean that's already kind of brightening, which is nice. I don't know, let's try it with like a sponge. It's looking quite dry under my eyes and quite cakey, I think, because it's a matte one. Once upon a time, like anything with matte on, I would have been all over, but yeah, we're looking a little bit dry and cakey. We're creasing already, which is kind of strange. Okay, as a concealer I'm not keen. I'm probably not going to keep that. It's already kind of creasing a little bit. It's already looking a little bit cakey. Not my favourite. And I already feel the need to like set that now before I do anything else. And we'll come back to like liquid or cream highlight in just a second. I just really want to set under my eyes before it starts to look horrendous. I think if you get quite oily under eyes though, or like quite, you know, something like that, that might be quite nice for you, but I don't, so it's just looking a little bit dry, which is not ideal. Next up was like liquid cream highlight, and I had two like stick highlighters. We have the Glossier Halo Scope in the colour Quartz, and also the what benefit WhatsApp. Obviously this is like a little mini one, but I couldn't quite remember what it was like. So quite convincingly, the Benefit one won. It was like 71%. So that is what we're obviously going to be trying out today, which I'm quite excited about because I can't remember it. It just looks like a really pretty kind of champagne-y highlight. So I think I'm just going to put that up on the cheek like so, and then that's in. I mean, it's very nice. I'm usually not a huge fan of stick highlights just because I find it tends to move the makeup around underneath. But I'm not having too much of an issue with this one. It is kind of doing it, but I guess like you can just use the sponge instead. Oh yeah, that's working better. Okay. Nosy nose, but the colour's really nice. I really like the colour. That's like my kind of highlight. So for me, that's actually a really nice little travel essential. I like that. I like that a lot. So that one is going to stay. It's going in the stay pile. Okay, I'm just going to set the rest of my face, and then we will do some bronze, and then we're going to come back for blush. Okay, so blush. That was another one you guys really did not want to help me out with. So we have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Luminous Flush. Quite possibly the most expensive blush I have ever bought in my life. I think it was £28 when I got it. I think it's like £35 now. And then I also have NARS Deep Throat Blush, which I have had for so long. It's probably out of date, but I just can't quite bring myself to get rid of it, and I didn't know which one I wanted to try. So yeah, you guys were super unhelpful because you had 50-50. So back to the number generator. Hourglass is 1, NARS is 2, and we are going for 2. Last one. I'm quite pleased about that because I feel like the Hourglass one I've probably used more recently than the NARS one. So I'm quite pleased I get to try something. Look at that. It looks like I'm super bruised. So it's a very kind of pretty pink. It has some kind of like goldy flecks going through it, so we will just see. It is very pretty. It's not as like in your face and pigmented as I was expecting it to be. But that colour is really pretty. It's very natural. It's not as like pinky as I thought it was going to be. It's much more like a peachy pink, which I like. It just looks very natural. Okay, I like that. That's staying. Yes. So we've got a lot of successes today. There's only one thing that's going so far. So that's good. Okay, highlight. Again, there are a couple of options. We have the Barium Illuminating Highlight Palette, and we also had the Estee Lauder Pure Colour Envy. Now this is technically a blush, but this is a very nice highlight shade if memory serves correctly. It's very kind of like pinky toned highlight. So I'm pretty sure you guys did manage to make a decision on this one. Okay, so again, 71% went for the Barium Illuminating Palette. So I think because we've got kind of more pinkier tones, I'm going to go for the pinky highlight in here. Hello. Hello, cheekbones. You know when you do this and you're like, why do I not use these products more? I think I get into like a rut of if I get a new product, or I just kind of fall in love with something and I just don't end up using anything else. And it's really bad. This is very nice. Okay. Yeah, keeping that. Okay, so finishing up underneath the eyes before we go anywhere else, I am just going to, my little pencil brush. Pencil brush. Where are you? I literally saw you like 2 seconds ago. Ah, you're in the wrong thing, that's why. So I'm just going to take that darker mauve that we did for like more of our crease shade, and I'm going to smoke that out underneath. And then I think what I'm going to do before I do anything else is I'm just going to take that pinky highlight from the Barry & palette again. And then I'm just going to use the pink tone for just like the inner corner. Because there isn't really a highlight shade in the MAC palette. It's pinky so it goes really nicely. But I am just going to use the white one to do my brow bone. Because I like to use something a little bit more. I've got one round in my hair at the end of my brow. That's annoying me. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the, oh no, wrong palette. The darker kind of purpley brown shade in the middle, and I think I'm just going to use that to do a little bit of liner really close to the lash line just for some volume. Pressing it, I'm not doing anything crazy, I just want like volume with the base of the lashes. Very nicely for. So we are just going to put some mascara on and then we will come back for the last product, which is lips. Okay, last but not least we are moving on to lips, and I gave you guys a choice of either the Glossier Generation G lipsticks. This is the original formulation. I know they've brought out new ones since I've got these, but these are like the original ones, or the Revlon Matte Ultra HD Matte Lip Colours. This was close, but 57% of you said the Glossier ones, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I have 2 colours, so let's see which one is going to go best with this look. So we have Crush, which is like a very kind of fuchsia pink. I think that's maybe a little bit pink for today's look. Or we have Jam, which I do really enjoy, and that's much more of like a purpley tone. So I think that one is going to be what we are going to go for today. So these are meant to be like a sheer matte formula from memory, which always confused me when I first got it, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the colour is quite patchy. It feels very comfortable on the lips and going on, but I don't know, the colour just looks really patchy, and if you put your lips together like you would do, all the colour kind of goes to the outside lip, it moves, and not in like an even way. Yeah, I don't know about the colour, I don't know about the formula. These I'm probably going to get rid of just because I'm just, I don't know. I mean, Crush is like that bright pink, that's just not a colour I wear anymore. And Jam, which is what I'm wearing today, I don't know. Like, the colour is definitely more autumn winter, but it's just really patchy. It's not even, it just kind of looks very weird. So those I'm getting rid of. Okay, let's do some setting spray and then we will come back with the finished look and the roundup. Okay, so this is the finished look, and I think we've got a little bit of a mixed bag here. So the Eyeshadow Palette, the MAC one, I think I like it. Like the pigmentation is there. I'm just not quite sure how like all the colours kind of work together at this point, but the formula is nice. I don't think it's as nice as, say, like my Colourpop palettes, which are obviously half the price really, but it's already in my collection. I do like it. The formulas are quite nice. The colours are there. It's something that I don't actually already have, so I think I will be keeping that and just trying to have a bit more of a play around with it, see how I feel about it in like a couple of months. We'll do the stuff I'm keeping, shall we? Yeah. The highlighter, so the Benefit What's Up highlighter, I really liked that. I loved this shade. That blended really nicely and it gave like a really nice glow. Yeah, I just really liked that, and I think you can kind of have that as quite subtle if you like it, or you could build it up and it wasn't too like moving my makeup around my facey, you know. The blush, the NARS Deep Throat, I really liked that. For some reason I thought it was going to be a lot more kind of in your face than it is, but it's very kind of natural, very subtle. I really like the tone, so that I will be using a lot more. And the Barium Illuminating Highlight Palette, that was just really nice. Like straight away, that was like boom. Love that. And I really like that white one on like my brow bone as well. That's really nice. In terms of the ones we are getting rid of, so the Barium Matte Clay Full Coverage Concealer. I think if you do have oily skin or you get quite oily underneath your eyes, this might be a really nice one. But for me, because I don't have that, I tend to generally have quite normal skin under my eyes, this just looked a little bit dry and a little bit cakey, and that was before it was even set. So for me, that's not really my cup of tea, but I do have a friend who loves matte products, so I think that's going to go in like the pile of stuff to give her. And the Glossier lipsticks, they're not like the kind of colours that I would wear now, but also the formula, it just looks really patchy. It's kind of going into like different cracks and stuff. Like my lips aren't the best condition anyway, but I have other matte formulas that don't do that. Like the new L'Oreal Signature ones that I got last week, like they don't do that at all. They just glide and make everything look really smooth. But the colour itself is just really, really patchy. If you rub your lips together to try and distribute it evenly, it just moves everything into a line. It's really weird. So I mean, this is the original formula, so maybe the new formula is a little bit better, but for me these are just a bit of a mess. I'm not that bothered about them. Okay, so that is everything. I hope you guys liked me trying on makeup that you chose for me. I will definitely be doing this again, so make sure you follow me on my Instagram to check out the stories when I'm asking you to choose my makeup and like get you a little bit more involved. But yeah, I hope you guys like it. Make sure you big thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.